Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Para, editor in chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Today, I am taking center stage on the Own It magazine and publishing platform with one of our featured business owners, and she has an amazing event that we're going to dig in and talk about today. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on in. Let me introduce to you Miss Tresa. She is the High Priestess of Pleasure. Hello,
Yes.
hello. Greetings.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome, Tresa. I'm so excited to have you on the show.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Yes, so please take a moment to just share with our audience who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit about what you do. Just give them a little bit because we're going to dig in here shortly.
Okay. My name is Tresa. As you can see, High Priestess of Pleasure. I am the owner and founder of Radical Transformation with T, which is the parent company of Sensually Empowered Women and Transformative Conversations and Solutions. And I reside right now in Arizona.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tressa, for being here. And
Thank you.
man, this is about to be a very juicy conversation about just all of what you do and some amazing events that are going to be coming up. So, High Priestess of Pleasure, tell us a little bit about that and just kind of what that is and how you got into what you do.
So let me start with how I got into what I did. I was probably in my late 40s, early 50s. I'm 63 at this point. And I just felt like my children were grown out of the house and I was going to work, exercising, coming home, and I had already went back to school, went through a divorce, but I felt like life had passed me by. Like I really had felt like most of my life I was just striving, I was not thriving. I had just kind of been there. And to put it like one of my nieces said, "Hey, auntie, when we used to see you, you just looked like the couch. There was nothing about you that stood out." And so that had kind of been what my whole life was. And I remember thinking, I want more. So I decided to do a book club. And the reason I always felt like, hey, to have a bunch of women come together, I can learn quicker. Like in my mind, I'm going to catch up. I'm going to catch up. And then I began to I probably had a couple name changes with businesses, but over a time I became a certified coach and start doing coaching and things. And then one day, the idea just popped in for Centrally Empowered Woman, which is kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit today. And so that's a little bit about that.
Oh my goodness. So, sensually empowered women.
Woman.
Woman, excuse me. That
That's
is
okay.
that's an amazing that's a very powerful um statement there. Being sensually empowered, right? And I know we spoke backstage and we have had a couple of conversations previously, because this is really a event that you're doing that helps people to just have an orgasmic life,
Yes.
right? And I know sometimes when people hear that word, they're like, grasping for the pearls and everything, right? Because
Yes.
they're thinking it's something sexual. And orgasmic is exciting. It's being like that. That's like having just that peak of your energy, of just your happiness, in my opinion.
Yes.
So
Yes.
share with me just a little bit of your experience of trying to get this mission out there and really bring it all together, because I know we've spoken a little bit on that.
Yes. So again, when Centrally Empowered Woman came about, it started first in the retreats before actually she formed. Like I started off with a retreat. And it was to give women time, tools, and space to heal through adult play and pleasure. Like we talk about rest, that's good.
Yeah.
but we're not playing enough. We're not, and so we're not really tapping into our sensuality. When I think about that, I'm talking about our senses.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really are guideposts. If we would listen to them, our anger means something. Our sadness means something. All of
Mm-hmm.
our emotions mean something. And
Right.
so that's kind of how it started. And I just have to add this because Radical Transformation with T, the parent company, came after she was born, after so, because I realized I was kind of talking about it in a way of theoretical way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait a minute. Like my life itself has got to experience these same things. So I kind of started doing some radical things. And I knew I call it radical self love or radical self acceptance, like
Mm-hmm.
really putting myself out there. And it was in the public. So, trying to do all these things. But at the same time, when I think about orgasmic, when my team and I decided to do a theme this year, normally for our sacred circle, we don't do themes. In the year the orgasm came about because we really wanted we wanted to normalize the word one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes and like you said, people would clutch their pearls. And so what happened was, when we decided to do the summit, we wanted people to the women to understand that they could have uh, mental, emotional, physical, sexual, financial, and spiritual orgasm in every place of their life. That means in a state of pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're consciously saying, this is what I want. I want my finances to be in order. I want to be satisfied. I want to be satiated, not complacent, or not just like okay, not in that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
but like, over, like just really
Just being in that
being in
sweet
that
spot,
sweet
right?
spot, right? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Being
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
sweet spot. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and everything being in that sweet spot. So the women that are going to be coming to the summit, who are going to be teaching, well, first of all, it's going to be like a day and a half. So that Friday, it might be like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour time frame, and then I'll be speaking, and then of course you'll be there, and we'll have somebody doing a sound bath. We'll also have erotic poetry, and then you'll be doing what you're doing. And so then the next day we will have and we'll have raffles. That's Friday. And then that Saturday we'll have the 6 speakers that'll come on, speak anywhere between 45 minutes and up to an hour, and they're gonna tell us, like, they're gonna give us tools how we can be in our sweet spot. Because pleasure looks different for everybody, but there are some foundational tools that we all can have to
Absolutely.
get to that sweet spot.
That's so true. That is so true. And I was gonna, that was in my head, like, you know, everybody's sweet spot is different, right?
Yes.
But when you're in that sweet spot, you're in that spot that just makes your heart flutter, and you are just like, it's like you're in ecstasy all the time because your situation is right where you want it to be. And that's that sweet spot, just that, ooh, you know.
And when it sometimes isn't, the fact that you can have a state of gratitude. That's a
Yeah,
very, because everything creates after its own kind. And if you can have gratitude, more gratitude.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then that keeps creating more of what you want. So even for myself, I was kind of thinking about this today. Um, and I think I wrote something on Facebook, and I was like talking about, what? Because the young lady said, what is it today that you something that you really feel like you've learned, or I think I said something to the effect that I made it about me. Like, I love me, but I didn't quite use those words, but let her know. I didn't know that finally accepting myself would be such a beautiful thing. I
Mm,
always grew up wanting to be anybody but myself. And I spent almost a third of my life, all the way almost to my mid 40s, trying to be like somebody else. And it's such a beautiful thing to be myself. Like, I don't want to be nobody else. I I'm get, and it's like I'm getting so excited and to get to know myself, and I'm like, damn, I'm sorry, but
Yeah, no,
I'm
you
like,
go ahead.
like, you know, girl, like I love you, I love me some me, and I have not always felt like that. And
Oh,
actually,
great.
I was saying also in this last year, something has happened because when I think about, I feel like I used to read when women would talk about, hey, when you get in your 50s or you get in this age, you get in this age, they would say something happens and you just kind of don't care. I could say that's happened, but it's a little bit deeper for me. It's almost like all of that stuff, that poison, that toxin, that this and that, like it finally came, like I could see the bottom. And
Mm,
so, like, for me, now the work that I'm doing is like really consciously defining for myself what's next and how I want it to look. Because, and every once in a while I feel a little piece of grief, but I know the grief is not sadness per se. It is just like, who would you be? Like for me, it was like, who would I be without the story? And I had to find out. So radical transformation with T, or radical, that experience with myself, brought me to the place that I finally get a chance to see who I would be without the story. Like emptied out and really finding my way. And also I knew I had to do something different, because talking to the women about this lifestyle and this experience, but not quite living in it myself, something had to change.
mhm.
And for me, it had to change out loud. It wasn't like I could go back inside and say, let me fix this so can't nobody see. No, I had to do it out there. And so it's just, so yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna stop talking,
Well,
but like
no,
I'm getting
you
excited.
have to transform yourself and be able to show people that you have gotten to the other side of something because they want to get to the other side of something.
Yes.
So I think that really I commend you on giving someone a safe space to be able to be themselves, to be able to tap into, like you said, those senses, those things that have been dulled. Because I think we as women, we're always go, 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 go. Yes, men, you guys put in work too, but women put in different work. A lot of
Yes.
times we are wearing hundreds of hats. You're mom, your auntie, you're a daughter, you're a sister, you're working, you're a business owner, you're a hustler, you're
Yes.
all these things. You're a therapist, you're a nurse, right? That's just how we're kind of made up. So I really love that you're allowing women to come and just let it go and just be them, and I'm excited to just learn from the women at the Summit and get those tools that I need to be able to, tap into some of those areas of, my life that I need to so I can have those shifts,
Yeah.
and you said it earlier, having that attitude of gratitude, that really is the foundation of it, and yeah, so I'm very excited. So let's talk a little bit about the retreat that you have coming up, and I'm very excited because I get to be,
Yes.
involved in this and get to be present and get to serve with you in Tulum. So
Yes.
that's it's going to be, is it the soul retreat or is it's the
It's
soul what is soulful senses retreat?
it's the Soulful Senses Retreat, and it's being hosted by Sensually Empowered Women.
Yes,
So, and we
yes.
call the retreat Soul Two, sis. We just have Soul One for kind of like whatever else we're doing. But yeah, it is Soulful Senses, and I think that's a great name. Like
Yeah.
really, we are definitely gonna get wild, and just let
Yeah,
the
yeah.
the cougar, the tiger, the whatever want to come out. Like we gonna have some fun, and
Yes. And just we ain't gonna tell them a whole lot about it because we want them to
yeah,
just
that's true.
as we drip it on them, but
Okay.
just kind of share just kind of we've looked at the property, so share just a little bit about the property and just kind of your vision as well, because I know you definitely have an amazing vision for this retreat that's coming up.
So one of the things I absolutely love is in Mexico, but it's in the Mayan jungle.
That's
And
beautiful.
so the women, we have that whole space, kind of like an island. They have it like, I think the closest thing is like 15 minutes away. You have to actually take a car. So we have it. You have all this beautiful food. Like that food looks amazing.
It does.
We have single, make sure I get this right. We have rooms where private rooms with baths that women can purchase for themselves if they want to be by themselves, or they can bring a friend. And that's the best part of it. And any of the things, they can have a friend if they like. And I don't know if you want me to talk about the cost, but
Oh no, no.
okay, okay.
Just
So
talk
then
about
I'll
just
just say
engagement
that,
about it.
and then
So
yep. And the vision for it is that women, like you talked about, we heighten our senses, like we really begin to also get rest, also get play, also there'll be classes and sessions, and there'll be plenty of downtime, but just coming into, again, I'm big on women having playtime. And so we're gonna be doing some amazing things to just let women put their shit, get their hair down, and just enjoy the whole experience.
yeah,
There's not a pool there, but there's still space for women to have some water. I mean, be in water.
yeah.
And then, we're gonna be offering a couple things too to make it just a beautiful experience.
It's gonna be amazing. Gonna be amazing. So definitely look out for that. But I know you're so summit. Let me bring up the graphic real quick. I think it's got the dates on there as well. So let me
Okay.
see. All right, so we've got October 17th and 18th for the SO Summit, for the Sensually Empowered Woman Summit, where you have six amazing women that are going to be speaking on that Saturday. You have a few women that are going to be just kind of helping you tap in and get going. Tresa is going to be speaking on Friday to open up the summit as well. And your girl here is going to be in the room as well, doing what I do best in helping people to kind of elevate that mind, body, and spirit as well. So I'm very excited about that. And for her retreat, look for the retreat coming up for next year. That's going to be next year, October 7th through the 11th. And the details will be in the comments of this live. We will get those in the comments so you can go to the site and you can get all the details there. So Tresa, this doing retreats and summits and working and doing all these things, that's a lot for someone. And I
Yeah.
know having these retreats, yes, that is some downtime and everything, and you're trying to teach people how to have that self love and self care. What does self care look like for you? Because you're doing so much, you need to have self care daily. So, what does self care look like for you, though?
So I absolutely love to read. I've been doing meditation daily, so that supports me. I like to walk. I actually like to work out, but it's kind of hot here, and I'd rather be outside than at the gym. Um, Eating better.
That helps.
So when I eat well, I feel better. Let me see. So getting adequate sleep, because as I've gotten older, I notice when I don't get enough rest, like I feel a little bit off my game.
Mm,
Um, I like to travel, and I don't travel every day. So those are a few things though that I can actually do while I'm at home. I really do love to read and I love to learn. So I'm always trying to take some class or something.
Ooh, I love it. A forever learner. You're like me. So,
Yes.
what's one of your favorite books?
One of my okay, there's a book that I'm reading now. It's about the Akashic record. That wouldn't say that that's my favorite book, but The Body Keeps the Score. I've been trying to get through that. And I don't know if I could say I actually have a favorite. When I'm thinking about it, I like so many of them.
Yeah.
Um, so that's a good question. Next time I'll be prepared for that. That's like,
Well, okay. So I'm so excited once again, just everything that you're doing. And everybody, please, ladies, again, this is for the ladies.
right.
Sorry, gentlemen, but if you have a wife, if you have a sister, if you have a bestie, a girly bestie, definitely send them over and let them tap on into the Soul Summit as well as the Soulful Senses Retreat coming up in 2026. So, Tresa, do you have any words of wisdom or words of encouragement that you'd like to just give our audience before we close up today?
Yes, but real quick, I forgot to tell the ladies when you come into the summit, you're gonna leave with some beautiful gifts outside of the raffle. I'm gonna leave that there. And I forgot to say that. Also, self love. Like I think, I know that sometimes you don't have to focus on what you don't want. When you focus on what you do want, the other kind of eventually just kind of falls away. And so I think I've learned that when you kind of focus what you don't want, it keeps bringing more of that to you. But focus on what you do want and keep working that. And what you don't want falls
Yeah.
away.
Ooh, I love that. Everybody focus on what you do want, not what you don't. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Well, Trista, thank you so much for coming over and joining me for our featured Friday. And I am just
Thank
so
you.
excited to have you as part of our Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine family. We're going to have Tressa in the magazine. So you will be seeing all of her amazing events that are coming up. So you'll be able to tap in there as well. So if you do miss the link in our broadcast here, you can definitely catch her in the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine. That's going to be out on the 15th. So everyone have an amazing weekend. Have an awesome Friday, and we'll
Thank you.
definitely see you next time. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone.